In this video we're going to look at StairDesigner's general step parameters. We'll use these to modify all the steps at once. So over in the properties menu we've got the whole stair selected, and when it's set up like this we see a step parameters option. Let's click on the plus button to open it up, and let's open up the risers section as well. Step parameters includes the step and the riser parameters. First of all, we've got risers set to yes. We can remove them as well by selecting no. So they've disappeared. Let's put them back in. Up here we've got a sub method. So this describes a set of pre-configured parameters for the steps. It's set to default at the moment. Let's open up material and its appearance. We can choose a new material here. Let's change it from oak to beech for the steps. You can see the change in the 3D view, and let's put it back to oak. At the moment there's this file here, this JPEG file associated with the texture. We can click on these three button icon here and choose another one. Let's just cancel that for now. We can also change the transparency so you can see through the steps, change the brightness, normally we would keep that on 100%, and also change the price and the weight. Let's just change the price here. You see what happens with the material. It's now become unnamed. It's no longer exactly like oak as specified in our library. So you can make adjustments here. We normally advise that you would set up a material in the library and just apply it from there. Let's go back to the standard oak we had set up. I'm going to close the material section now, and we can see thickness here. So that's the thickness of the step. With our default we've got it set at 30mm, which is fairly standard, but we can change it easily here to 50mm. Let's say we had no risers. We might want to have a thicker step like that to make it a bit stronger. Let's put the risers back in, put the thickness of the step back to 30. We also have a nosing value. If I zoom in on the 2D, this is the nosing of the step. This is the front face of the riser. It's the distance between the two that is defined by this nosing value here. So if we change that to 50, you can see that that gap has increased. Let's put it back to 30. Going over to the risers section here, we can change the material as well. Let's put it into oak, same as the steps, and now back into the white paint. We can change the thickness as well. And we have another section here, priority to riser. Before we go into that, I want to change the transparency of my string board so we can see better what's going on with the setup of the step and risers. Let's change it to 80%. Zoom in on an individual step. Okay, let's close down the string board parameters and back into the risers. So we have priority to riser on yes. If you look at just this area here, we'll see what happens when we click no. So now the riser goes down just to the top of the preceding step. It butts onto that. With yes, it goes past and it goes down to the bottom face of that step. We have an upper offset that defines the groove into the step, so we can increase that to 20mm if we want. Let's just adjust this image so we can see a little bit better that we've gone in now by 20mm. That's actually made the step quite weak. Normally we'd advise that offset being no more than a third of the step thickness. Let's put it back to 10mm. We have a lower offset as well. This defines how far the riser goes down beyond the preceding step. Let's put it to 20mm and you see that change there. Now back to 0. And one more thing to show you, let's get the priority to riser at no. We now have another option, step rear overlap. Again, if you just look at this area here and we'll change it, the overlap to 20mm, you see that the step now goes beyond the back face of that riser by 20mm. So we've looked in this video at changing all the steps at once. In another video we'll show you how to modify individual steps. Thanks very much for watching. Goodbye.